guys, Ed, top of the line training. As you can see, rain. Maybe you can hear it off the tarp. I got my Pathfinder tarp up here, and I got the emergency space blanket above the camera. Snow is just like a snow cone walking out here. Everything's soaking wet. I did manage to find some bark I showed you in the tree there. I believe it's tulip poplar bark. It's very damp, very damp. But I'm going to try to process it up. I also have some other material here, some bark, some grapevine bark. See if I can get this thing tore up here, make a bird's nest. I'll give you a close-up of this right now so you can see everything is soaking wet here. I mean, it's bad. But maybe I can get this pulled apart here, and I've had it up against my body for about 15-20 minutes trying to dry it out. You know, I'm just practicing making a fire, really. It's actually pretty warm today. It's probably around, I'm guessing probably about 40 something degrees, 40, 44, 45. I'm supposed to get up to 50 today, which is real nice compared to what we've been having, around 10, 15, and even 20 degrees here in Ohio. But you can see I'm trying to get this stuff processed, so I'm going to continue to do that. I'll show you some of the other material I've collected. I've got my wood broken down into wrist size, finger size, and someone called those are some big fingers, but anyway, you get the point. And I got some pencil size. So getting this is soaking wet. Actually, it's not soaking wet, but it's very, very damp, very damp. But I'm thinking if I can get a hot enough coal in here, it might fire up. I don't know. It's pretty damp, pretty damp. But I'm going to continue to process here. I'm going to show you some of the other material I got, and see if we can affect the fire, get it going. You can see that. I mean, it's a nice bird's nest, really, but still needs processed. But it's, like I said, very damp. I think if I get a hot coal in there, maybe we can get her fired up. I don't know. Yes, I have Surefire. I have a Micro Inferno. I have some fat wood as well. But trying to just do this with some an ember from some char cloth or punk wood or something, whatever lights up. So we'll see what we can get. Just practicing. Practicing makes perfect. The mother of all skill, repetition. More times you do it, the better off you're going to be at it, whatever it is. So the only difference between someone getting a fire going in 5 minutes versus 30 minutes or an hour or whatever is just the practice. Knowing what they're getting and the material to get and how to process it and get it fired up. And we're all students, and that's what I am. I'm learning as we go. So anyway, this is a soaking wet bird's nest. I'm going to try to get that fired up. I'm going to put some more stuff in it here. Stay tuned, and I'll be right back with you. Ed, top of the line training. Be right back. Okay, YouTube, Ed back with you, top of the line training. And what we're doing today on very bad conditions, very wet, raining right now, and snow, very wet snow. Been down for a few weeks now, plus with the rain. It is a nice day today. It's about 40, mid 40s, I'm guessing. Supposed to get up to 50, like I said, but we don't know. But anyway, if you can see down there, I collected a bunch of bark, and what I'm going to do with the bark is I got some heavier limbs under the bark as a base for the fire, but I'm going to build my fire on top of that bark. That bark is dry on the inside here, and Just FYI, so I'm not trying to, someone thinks I'm doing something tricky. I do have a tarp up. It's a poncho by Pathfinder, Dave Canterbury. It's the Pathfinder tarp. Then I have an emergency space blanket above my camera here. Just want to put that out. Anyway, that being said, what I'm doing now, processing this bark, as you can see, I'm getting these fine pieces of inner bark, as dry as can be. So what I'm doing basically is just breaking it like that and then peeling it off like so. Now these are, this might have been a good example of it, but just separating that inner bark from the outer bark here, and you can see that is dry as can be. So with that being said, let me throw this back down there. The outer bark is dry as well. So what I'm going to do here, let me just show you real quick. Throw that down there. And what I'm going to do is try to process this down as well, as in the finest fibers I can get it, stripped down like so. And then I'm going to put that in my bird's nest, or even make a bird's nest out of it. It'd be a little hard, but I guess you could do it. Well, I know you can do it, but so I'm just sort of ripping strips off like so. Pretty positive that's gonna take right off. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna get a bunch of this processed. Stay with me, and we'll get the fire in less than favorable conditions. All right, guys, Top of the Line Training. Be right back with you. All right, YouTube, Ed back with you, Top of the Line Training. Rain picked up a little bit. But what I've been doing for about the past 15 minutes is processing this wood. And if you look, you can see here, I'm gonna give you a good close up here in a second. I don't know if you can, I can't tell what you're looking at for sure there. But what I did was with that bark, I broke it up like I showed you and tore real big pieces off and stripped it down. I'm gonna show you here what I have. Let me just take the camera over there. I think it'll be a little easier. Let me take this off real quick. But I've got wood processed down, and so I think good enough to get a fire going. Bird's nest. Now I think that bird's nest might be too wet, but if you look, that inner bark is dry as can be. Pretty positive. In fact, I'm 95% positive or so that that'll go up pretty quick. So what I'm going to do is get my fire tin out. I've got a couple of them there with me, I brought, and I'm going to see if I can get that fired up. I don't know if I'm going to use flint and steel yet or not, so I'll decide here, and I'll be right back with you. Ed, Top of the Line Training. Stay tuned. All right, guys, Ed with the Top of the Line Training. Going to get this fire going in wet conditions. First step we're going to use, we've got tar cloth, punk wood in here. And we're going to hit it with the ferro rod. I'm not going to mess around with it today with the flint and steel, although probably I should, but I got to go down to the bottom side here of the hill and collect about 15 traps and about 20 snares, so I got a lot to do. It's getting late. So anyway, with the Nesmith knife by Condor Tooling, go ahead and hit this with the ferro rod. This is one of those big 6-inch ferro rods. They're a little expensive, but man, they throw sparks and they're really nice. Already got an ember right there. See if we can get this thing going. A little bit of this backwood in here. All right. Don't hold that thing out. guys don't know, once you get this stuff fired up, you can just seal your tin back up. It'll starve it of O2, and you can it'll go out, and of course you use it again. All right, let me get this situated up in here. Alright, let me get up close into the camera with this. Everything is soaking wet. See that smoking? No flame yet. Like I said, this tin or this bird's nest is so damp. But I'm going to move back down to the fire here, or to the wood, just in case it does go up. So I can get it into the wood and get a fire going. Hope you can see that okay. Just because you got smoke doesn't mean there's fire. Got to keep working this thing. Like I said, this thing is super damp. I'm going to go ahead and try to throw some of these pieces of bark that got up in there. This stuff is very dry. Probably should have had it in there from Jump Street, but I just wanted to try it, see if I could get that wet bird nest or damp bird nest going. There we go. Fire. Throw some of this bark on top of there. Should be going here in a second, guys. Smoke City. Tools real quick. Alright, there's a fire in wet, less than favorable conditions. Okay, let me back this camera off a tad bit. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start feeding that fire before it goes out. Got a piece of fat wood, like I said before. Put that sapsucker in there. And then this is some of my, actually this is messed up a little bit, but it's okay. Now I'm going to get some of the tulip poplar, start building the teepee. That's how I like to do it, guys, get the teepee going. There's enough air in there. Start throwing some of these pieces of bark in there. This bark is dry as can be, or pretty dry anyway. It's got a little dampness to it, but not enough to talk about, so that's all I'm going to say about it. Okay, well, let's get that. Like I said, the stuff is damp. Everything is damp here. I'm going to slide out of that smoke. Don't want to put too much on it too fast. It'll oh wow, just let it work there. Let me adjust this camera just a tad bit, fellas. Okay, should be good. Some more of this dry bark up in there. The main thing about a fire is the processing of the wood. Getting everything ready to go. And once you get your fire started, or get your bird's nest on fire, everything is there ready to go. I could have had, I would have, if this was like a real situation, or like, well, it's a real situation, of course, but where I really needed the fire for sure. Alright guys, Ed back with you, top of the line training. As you can see, I got the fire going pretty well. I could put more wood on it, no doubt about it. Get it really raging, but no need. Like I said, I have to go down and collect some traps, and I had to collect all these tarps up and all that kind of stuff, so take a while to do that as well before it gets dark. It's 3:30 now, March 10th, 2015. This was starting a fire in less than favorable conditions, and I would say probably beyond that, but anyway, it is what it is. I want to thank you for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe. Please click the thumbs up button. Subscribe. Also check me out on Instagram at Top of the Line Training at Instagram.com, as well as Pinterest at Top of the Line Training at Pinterest.com. I have a new Facebook channel up. I appreciate it if you go over there. It's Top of the Line Training. It's actually Facebook.com/Ed Top of the Line Training. Some other guy has the Top of the Line Training. It's a physical fitness site, which is nothing wrong with that. I'll be doing some physical fitness videos coming up real soon. But so I had to put Ed in front of it. So it's again, it's Facebook.com/Ed Top of the Line Training. Please go over there, like the page, and I really appreciate your support and everything with what I'm trying to do here. Other than that, guys, I'll be back with another video real soon. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and please leave some comments, and I'll get back to those comments as soon as I can. But please leave some comments, and we'll see you on the next video. Till then, this is Ed, Top of the Line Training. Take care. God bless. We'll see you on the next one.